typically when you're working, now you're working with high profile athletes as well. I saw Johnny Walker was down with you.
Yeah, I've worked with Johnny Walker, Mark Hunt, Taito PHYSIO, a couple of other UFC guys.
What do you usually see from let's say the MMA athletes? Is it is there something that you're seeing more often than others? Like in terms of on a specific injury, or is it all over the place?
No, it's like really they're just the same as us, but they're usually most of the pro guys. They're definitely genetically a little bit better than you and I, so they recover quicker. But they beat their bodies up a lot, you know. So I found it because I used to work with a lot of CrossFitters back at Unit, but also a lot of fighters, and a big difference. Like a CrossFitter, like as soon as something is a little bit off, like if they're doing a snatch and the right shoulder feels a little bit tighter than the left shoulder, they notice it and okay, this is a problem. You know, I need to do something about it. Which was great for me because you know, like they're very aware.
Yeah, they're on top of it. They don't want to. They know that if they keep doing that for 2 weeks, it could lead to something else.
Well, and they notice it. And if your right shoulder is a bit tighter than your left shoulder, you just can't do a snatch properly, right? Whereas with the fighters, first off, they're always beat up from sparring anyway. You know, so their body is just hurting everywhere. But then also, you know, if a fighter doesn't have a certain range of motion in a shoulder or whatever, he can adapt his game. You know, so it doesn't have to be the exact perfect same movement. You know, like he can just adjust the angle of a punch or you know, a grappling move a little bit, and they don't usually realize it, but unconsciously they just do. So a lot of times the fighters, the recovery is really good as far as, you know, how quick they recover from exercise and everything. Of course, they're usually in great shape too. But their joints are often really messed up.
Do you think they don't want to find out? Like they're like, I don't want to find out I have a tear in my shoulder and I need surgery. I'm just going to keep doing this.
I've had like sometimes like fighters like, I got to fight in 2 weeks. Don't tell anyone that I'm going to see you. You know, because I don't want the promotion to find out and then they're going to cancel my fight or whatever.
So you're right on Bet365.
Yeah,
I'm joking. You got that inside info.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I remember one time this guy Soa the Hulk, Aussie guy who used to be in the UFC, and that was the first time when I kind of realized this, like, because his coach had sent him to me. It's like, you got to see Thomas, and so he said, like, I've just got this little niggle in my shoulder, hurts a little bit. I said, okay, let's check it out. And ask him, okay, move your arms above your head and clap your hands. And he just did it like this, you know. I said, like, yeah, there's no pain. I said, no, that's not over your head. He like this way, and then he was like going, like, you know, and I was in a lot of pain. I said, like, that's just not just a little niggle. That like there's something like really wrong here, you know. But he just avoided those movements, you know. So
yeah, they don't want to, you know, the fight gets called off. I mean, I'm sure even like if the let's say it's the commissions in a specific state in the US, they find that out, they might not allow the fight. Yeah, they would cancel the fight. Yeah. And then that's their livelihood. And then a lot of people, if they're aware or not, like these UFC fighters, unless you're like a top 10, the pay's not great.
Yep.
And that fight might pay for the whole year for him. So
exactly.
They really can't miss it.
If the pay is great, same thing.
Yeah,
you know, like it's all the same. And also for the same thing for the lower level guys that aren't even in the UFC yet. And they're making obviously even less money. So they're really, they gotta fight more. A lot of times they can't afford proper care. You know, like I've had guys that had really, you know, tore their pec years ago, but couldn't afford surgery. So then just, you know, just fight with a torn pec and. Yeah.
I want to ask a couple things. One is going to be about like the myths of people of chiropractors and what your thoughts are on that.